So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking this entire brand identity and we are going to be bringing it into Adobe Express and building out a brand kit. So I'm really excited to show you guys how we can do that in a really seamless and simple way. Okay, so before we do that, one thing I realized with this brand identity is that I haven't solidified the fact that this color palette I have here is accessible. And if you're not sure what that means, basically it means that we want to make sure that this color palette has enough contrast so that people that are colorblind are able to see it. So I want to show you how to do that using Adobe Color. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this color swatch here and navigate up to our color swatch panel. And we're going to grab the hex code. I'm just going to copy and paste that hex code into, I'm going to go up here into our Adobe Color. Now, Adobe Color, when you have the actual website up like this, essentially it'll load typically in analogous. You're just going to make sure it's in custom. And I'm going to copy and paste that code in, which it was already there. Now we're going to operate a bit like a cooking show here. I'm going to spare you copying and pasting all of my hex codes into here. And I've already pre-done that on here. So I have all of my hex codes copied into Adobe Color. And now to check to see if it is accessible, we're just going to navigate to the right-hand side here. And we're going to select the check for accessibility. Perfect. So on the left-hand side here, this is what we want to see. We want to see a green check mark. We want to make sure that it is completely accessible for everybody to view and that there's enough contrast. Awesome. So now that we've done that, we can go back into our Illustrator file and we can start adding a library. Now, what we're going to do to create a library, there's a few different ways to access this, but I like to go to Window and go down to Libraries. These are all the existing libraries that I have here, but we're going to create a new one for Spirit and Spark. So I'm just going to name it SNS and select Create. Perfect. So we have that there. Okay. So you can do this any way that you want. I prefer to start with my color swatches and I'm going to add these in. Now, one thing I wanted to note is if you do drag and drop these in, it does create an artwork file, which is totally fine. But I want to create a swatch. So what I'm going to do is have this selected, navigate down to this plus button here and select fill color. And you'll see it does look a bit different here. And I'm going to do that for all of my color swatches here. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. There's all of our swatches in the library. Now, what we're going to do is add all of our logo variations, our icons, our taglines, everything is going to go into our library. Now, as you can imagine, this can be a little bit time consuming, which is fine. Because the beautiful thing about this is that you just have to do it once. You build your library once, and the library speaks to the Adobe ecosystem. So we will have this automatically transposed into Adobe Express when we do open up that program. Now, again, because we're operating like a cooking show here, I've already actually built out a library. So you guys do not have to watch me drag and drop for the next few minutes. So let's just jump into our Adobe Express. So I can show you what that library looks like. So to find your libraries, you're going to go to the Your Stuff panel on the left-hand side and go to Libraries. Perfect. And we're going to go to here you'll see here the SNS is right here. So this is the library that we just created in Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to open that up. There's all of our color swatches. Here's the graphics that we added. So we know that that was a successful library added. Now, if we want to create a brand from this library, it's as simple as hovering over your library and selecting this Use as Brand. And I love this because now what we can do is we can apply this brand to anything that we build out in Adobe Express, if it's video, Instagram content, anything. So it's super, super helpful. So you can come in here, you can add your logos. So if I did that, went to desktop here and added some logos that I have here. I'll just go do this one here. There you go. You can add in your logos. Our color swatches are automatically added, which is amazing. And then our graphics are down here as well. So I have actually already built out an entire brand kit already. Here it is, the Spirit and Spark. We'll just quickly open that up. And here is all of our logo there's a lot of logo variations here, icons, illustrations, all of that. So we are going to be working with that today in Adobe Express, but that's how easy it is to create a brand from a library in Adobe Express. So we absolutely love that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into and create a brand kit, as I mentioned at the beginning there. So we're going to go ahead and open up this. I already have this loaded here. Perfect. And this, in case anyone's curious, the dimensions are 736 by 1752 pixels. It's just what I decided for a nice vertical kind of artboard. And I'm just going to check here. Hi, Izzy. She's excited for the stream. So excited. Anika sneaks. Absolutely. And then Nika's on the 10 o'clock stream. She's going to actually show some more sneaks and some more content for Spirit and Spark. So I'm really excited about that. And Izzy asked, I'm curious to know what made you want to do a rebrand. I actually felt that the Not a Graphic Designer brand is great for fellow designers. It's great for tips and tricks, but not necessarily for attracting clients. So in order to attract clients, I wanted to be able to rebrand and create content and create a visual identity that spoke to them. And hi, Mohammed. Okay, so let's go ahead and start building out our kit here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to go down to Elements and open up Shapes. And I'm going to start to build out, I think I'm going to use the square. Build out almost like actually, here, we've got to do this one here. And I'm going to actually change the fill to not white, just so we can have just like the stroke here. I'm going to adjust the thickness and the border color as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm basically going to start building out almost like a grid system here for what I want the brand kit to look like. So we'll just start doing that. So that could be kind of where a primary logo could go. And then I'm just going to create a copy, Control C, Control V. And then I'm just going to start building out kind of a grid system here. It's not going to be perfect. We can always adjust it as we go too. You can see that these lines here kind of overlap, but that's okay. We'll adjust. Okay, perfect. There we go. So for those of you who may not know why brand kits can be so effective, essentially it's a great way to communicate in a much simpler form, an entire brand identity. So if you were to send it to a client or send it to someone that you're potentially going to work with as well, as an example, like it's a great way to kind of see what your identities can look like when they're all kind of put together, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm thinking this block here could probably be for color. I think maybe our color palette can go here. Like that. Okay, and then I'm thinking could do maybe a horizontal, or maybe we'll do color and typography there. And then we can do more. Oops. Oops. Come on. There we go. That. Just building out a little grid system here. Okay. And it's definitely not perfect, but we'll make adjustments as we go. So so not to worry. Okay. And there we go. Sure. Okay, I feel like that's a really good start. We can start kind of plugging things in. Okay, so like I said, I think I want to put in a primary logo here as almost like the header. So I am going to do that. So I'm going to change the fill. And here's what I want to show you about why it's so beneficial to create brands in Adobe Express. It already has all of my color swatches here. So there's no guesswork. There's no copy and pasting of any hex codes. It's all right here in front of us. So that is super handy. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a fill color there. And then to access my brand, I'm just going to go to your stuff and select brands and libraries. And here we have the one we just made in Adobe Illustrator earlier. And we also have the one that I have pre-built out for the stream. Excellent. So I'm going to use the black variation of the primary logo. And this is also something I really love, is that it shows you right here the guides as to where things are at. Now, if you didn't know how to use these guides for some reason, you're able to actually center it by using the align function up here. You can do center, and you can do, oh, sorry, that went right down. With the shape selected, you can do center and middle, just like that. And now we know for sure it's in the middle. Okay, great. So down here, I'm going to use put in another variation. I'm thinking maybe more stacked, I think. So I'm going to put in let's use this nice peach color here. Awesome. And we are going to put in, let's put in this one. I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller and center. I just love that it's easy to align just like that. And then this one, we will do another fill color. I'm thinking, let's do this nudie one here. And let's do the one with the flowers, because that's one of my favorite ones. We'll put it here like this. Perfect. Okay, great. All right, that's starting to look good so far. Now what I want to do is I want to go in and add, I think, the color palette here. So what we're going to do is go back down to our elements panel here, select we'll do squares. Keep it simple. And we're going to just bring that down ever so slightly. And we're going to create 5 because we know we have 5 swatches. So obviously this is off the page. So I'm going to select all of these by holding down Shift and clicking the shapes. And I am going to align them because I love to align. We're going to go horizontal as well as vertical. And I'm going to select Command G to group these shapes together so they move as one. And I am going to go ahead and center that right there in the box. Awesome. Okay. So now I am going to actually ungroup these because I need to assign a fill color or different fill colors to these. So now, again, because of how simple it is with our brands already loaded, it's as easy as clicking. We're selecting here and applying. That one's already applied. That one here and this one. There we go. We are swatches. Now, for a brand kit, we're probably going to want to include the actual hex codes on here, I would say. So to do that, I'm just going to add a text box here. Okay. And one thing I wanted to show you as well is any of the fonts I've added to the brand kit in Adobe Express will be here as well, which is amazing. So if I go to Spirit and Spark, let's see, we'll open up a different one quickly and then reopen up Spirit and Spark. There it is. So there's our header and our body copy here. So I've assigned Sophia Pro Regular as a body copy font. And I'm just going to go ahead here. And this is much too large. So we're just going to go ahead and resize that. I think we'll see how that feels. Let's go. Let's just see how this looks. Okay. I want to make sure it's center aligned. Okay, I feel like that looks like it'll work. Awesome. So now to get the hex code in Adobe Express, you can select fill, you can select custom, and it'll be right here. One thing I like is I actually like when the letters are capitalized. That's my favorite orientation. So I typically actually just highlight this, copy, and paste. Oops, there we go, like that. But I'll show you, there's also a button here that you can select, or a shortcut. So if we go to, again, here, fill, custom, you can select this little button here that will actually copy the hex code to your clipboard. The only reason why I don't use that is because it's typically like this, it's the lowercase, and it's just, I just prefer the uppercase orientation there. So, but it's good to know that you can do that if you want. So we'll just go ahead and center that. Okay, go here, again, fill, custom, there's your hex code. A little bit of copy and paste action here. Okay, we can fix the alignment after. I love to align everything. I don't know if you guys are the same, but it's like one of the things that I do or use the most across pretty much any of the softwares is I like to align things, make sure everything is nicely spaced out. Okay, and here. Okay, nice. Okay, we have our hex codes. I'm just gonna, again, I'm holding down shift and I'm selecting these, and I'm going to go to align, and I am going to go to vertical, and I'm going to go to horizontal and make sure that they're all spaced out. Command G to group them together. And sure, I feel like that looks nice. What do we think, chat? What do we think? Annika says it looks so fun. Yes, I think so too. These colors are like very happy. They make me happy, at least. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and add some type information here. So I am going to go and again add another text box. I think what we'll do is we'll start with the body copy. So we'll do body, oopsies, body copy. And we are going to adjust this just a bit here. Maybe we'll make it a little bit bigger. Sure, let's do that. This is just the title. Actually, you know what? That's a little bit too big. Let's do that. There we go. Body copy there. And then we're going to want to do one for subheadings and one for headings. Izzy says, also these colors remind me of your house from what you show on social. 100%. This is definitely my my aesthetic, I would say. Okay, again, I'm just gonna select those and we'll go vertical, horizontal align. Perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and add in some information here. So our body copy, add text here. And again, it's already loaded Sophia Pro for Spirit and Spark because it's added to the brand, which is awesome. We're going to make it so that it is much smaller, as if it were actual body copy. A little bit bigger. Let's do 18. Sure. Right here. Okay. And we're just going to type in the name of the font. So we're using Sophia Pro regular, like this. Awesome. And I like to to show an example of how the actual font is applied. So you can do this whichever way you want. You could do copy, you could put in letters like this, like how I do. Typically, I'll go through the entire alphabet and then also add in numerical values as well, just so you can kind of see how they apply to both orientations there. Okay. So that looks good so far. And now I'm just going to copy and paste this, bring this over. Now my subheadings is also Sophia Pro, but I'm going to do semi-bold for this. So we're going to go like that. To select it all is I'm just using Command A as well to select all of that. And then change this to semi-bold. Awesome. Okay. And now I am going here and I'm going to apply this exact same thing. Oops. We're going to go here, change that to semi-bold so we can actually see what that would look like when it's applied. So that looks good. I like that. Okay. And the headings, which is not Sophia Pro. Plot twist. Okay. So it's going to be Orpheus Pro, which I think is a really fun font. So Orpheus Pro regular, like that. And then again, we're just gonna control copy that and apply Orpheus to this. Love me some Adobe fonts. Okay, so I like that. I'm just gonna make sure things kind of look a little bit more tidy. So I'm just gonna select these. Again, we're gonna align. So let's do a vertical. Yeah, just a little bit of an adjustment there. And then we can go Command G to bring those together. These guys as well. We're gonna go align. Yeah, horizontal, vertical. Oh, I see what happened here. No, we don't want that. Let's go Command Z to go back. There we go. Okay, Command G. And then this one as well. We'll do align and vertical. Command G. Okay. Now with these, I'm just going to select all of them. Again, go to align. We can do vertical, horizontal. And if we even want to take it further, Command G to group them all together. Select this back shape here, align, and we can do center and we can do middle. There we go. That looks a bit more tidy to me. Oops, we're a little close there. Okay. All right. So let's add in a few different variations, logo variations, illustrations, icons here. So I'm going to go over here to your stuff, brands and libraries, and here's Spirit and Spark again. So I'm thinking, okay, so we've done primary and a couple of stack logos. Maybe we should do, let's do one with the entire lockup. This one has the tagline and everything on it here as well. Bring that here. I'm thinking, like, which color should we use for the background? What have we not? Okay, well, we haven't used this nice, like, tan color. So let's do that. And I'm thinking we should probably use the white variation of this one, which I believe is here. Let's see. Yes, it is. Cool. Let's do that. Make this a little bit bigger. Cool. Again, align. We can do middle and it's centered. Nice. Okay. Now for this one, what should we add? I'm thinking we've done these ones already. We can add in some, ooh, if we could add a texture, that'd be fun. Sure, let's add a texture. Let's add this one here as a fun texture I created. Okay, and we're just gonna resize it. Actually here's a little hack. Okay, so yeah, so this is a linked object here, or graphic. So obviously that doesn't fit the box. So I can always hit Command and then the left parentheses. And then that way we can kind of bring it behind and it'll almost like create a little clipping mask, little hack there. So we should adjust this guy ever so slightly. There we go. We can make adjustments after as well. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Okay. And then in here, let's add, I'm thinking let's do some icons. So we've got these guys here. We've got one with fill and we've got just stroke. Let's do the one with fill. So this is obviously way too big. I'm going to go back to your stuff. I'm going to add in the graphics that I want to put on here. Like this. Like that. And then what I like to do is if I'm resizing, might as well just resize them all together. So I'm going to hold down Shift and I am going to go and resize like this. Okay. Not even still might be a little bit too big. So let's resize it down just ever so slightly. There we go. Sure. Cool. And again, we are going to align these vertical. There we go. Command G to group. Select the back shape. And we can do center and we can do middle. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to mention with this is I love the collaboration feature that Adobe Express has. It really helps when you're working with clients. So I've actually shared this, this document, this project with Annika, who is on our 10 o'clock stream. And she's here. You can see her icons there. And she's actually left some feedback here for me. So how about we add mockups in the brand kit? Is that possible? And I can go, absolutely. Great idea. And respond back. And is this was from yesterday. Okay. So we know the client, in this case, Annika, would like to see some mockups. So we can definitely do that. I don't think I have any mockups in my library at this moment, but what we could do is just pull something in by uploading from perhaps, let's see if I've got something. Let's see. We've got something we can just bring in just for fun, just to see. Sure, let's go. Actually, let's use this one. And we can go to our, oh, where is my mockups here? Oh, maybe it's not on here. Okay, well, that's okay. We'll add something else, and then after the fact, I would go in and I can add in a mockup for Annika later on. Love the typography hierarchy here. Amazing. Glad you like. Perfect. So easy to collaborate. We love that for Adobe Express. Really helps with the feedback process, and it's live. It's real time. She's doing that right now, and it updates automatically, which is amazing. Okay, so what else can we add here? Let's see. What have we got? We could add a picture. I feel like maybe a picture would be nice. Create something here. Sure, let's add in a little picture of the office space. Here, and so again, because this is a linked asset, it doesn't have the exact same controls as it would if you had uploaded it. So if I show you, if we go to media, upload from device, we'll go to desktop, Spirit and Spark, imagery. So we can add, for an example, I'll add this one to show you what I mean. So if it's selected, we can do all this with it. We can resize, we can scale it down differently. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do that for now and keep this one. That way we can just kind of bring it in to this little spot here. And maybe, I mean, we have enough room. We could probably add another one. It'd be fun. Oops. Sure, let's go ahead. Let's add another image here. Let's do this one. Perfect. And if it says imagery would be nice. Perfect. Let's do that. There we go. Resize. Awesome. Okay. So overall, the brand kit is pretty much complete. There's a few formatting things we could do to tidy it up. Just kind of adjust the lines ever so slightly. We can get up close and personal here. Just make sure things kind of line up nicely. But overall, I find that this is a really easy to consume way of displaying your entire brand identity to, again, to a client. Sometimes, I mean, when we offer 20, 30 page brand kits or brand presentations, it can be quite a lot. But if you're just trying to send something that's a little bit easy to consume, perhaps you're in the approval phase. So you just want to show a few different variations before you build out an entire presentation. This could be a good way to do it. Could save yourself a lot of time rather than just kind of going through and building in a big presentation. As you said, I love how you're doing this for yourself. I don't have a brand guideline for myself. Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, it took me a while to build this out. So I'm definitely happy I did it, but it takes time. It definitely takes time. And like as designers, freelancers, is like time is very valuable, like extremely. So yeah. Okay. Wow. Oh, that still looks kind of strange to me. Let's see. You can close this too. Let's see. Let's bring this one maybe back a bit. See if that helps. Okay. There's a little bit off there, but that's okay. So that's the overall brand kit. So we can definitely add a title here, call it a brand kit, Spirit and Spark. Perfect. Now, something else I wanted to share with you all is the fact that we can download this as a few different variations or a few different formats. So we can go download, we've got PNG option, JPEG, as well as a PDF. So I'm actually going to download this as a PDF. And as that's downloading, I've actually already shared this with Annika. So Annika on her next stream is going to show you how you're able to upload this exact PDF and you're able to make edits and changes within Adobe Express. It's one of the best features. It's so useful. It's so helpful. So definitely stick around for her stream so you can see that in action. Okay, perfect. So you know what? We have time here. I also wanted to share, let's just go to my stuff here. We're going to go to brands and Spirit and Spark. And down here. So I have pre-made templates here just so I'm able to easily access these when I go to create content. This is an Instagram story template as well as an intro template. And so this one here is a brand kit template. So I'm going to quickly open this up. Now, I've made this available to you all via PDF. And again, if you're not sure how to upload a PDF and edit that in Adobe Express, that's going to happen on Annika's stream. She's going to show you how to do that. So this is a freebie I'm offering you all. It's a lot more tidy, a lot more refined. I spent a little bit more time on that for you guys. So really excited to share that with you. I would love to see what you guys do with that. Make sure if you use it, tag me, or if you post it, or let me know what you think. Give me all the feedback. I would love to see you use it here. So yeah, that's going to be available to you all. Okay, so I mean, we have time. So I think we should create some kind of social media content. So let's go back. What are we thinking? I feel like we should do an Instagram story. Sure. So right here, we have create from scratch or as browse templates. I'm just going to select create from scratch for now. But even if I didn't select templates, we still have access to templates here on the left-hand side. And there's so many good ones. So this is a big time saver if you're looking to just kind of like plug in your brand and play. So amazing there. Okay, so let's do an introduction, maybe social media post. So I'm thinking, like, we're introducing Spirit and Spark, so we need a logo. So we're gonna do your stuff, brands and libraries, and it's brought in Spirit and Spark. I'm thinking let's put in Spirit and Spark Design Studio so people know it is a design studio. And we'll put it up here for now, but we can change this too. And I'm thinking, for me, I find that my personal style when it comes to social media content is very simple. I really like to keep things, actually, let's upload, as simple as possible. So you're going to notice that when I build this out, that it's not too complex. And I also really like to layer things. That's the thing. I really love to layer different things. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Like that, maybe. There we go. And here. Okay, so obviously we want to bring the logo forward. So I'm going to go Command and then the right bracket there. Okay, let's bring this down just a little bit. Like, there we go. I feel like I just love layering things. I don't know what it is. I used to love scrapbooking, and maybe that's where that came from. I don't know. Okay, so let's add in simple shapes. Like I said, I like to keep things pretty simple. So let's go here, add in a square, which we are then going to turn into a rectangle down here. This is going to be almost like a little border. We're going to put text, I think, over here. I'll bring it over. And let's assign a fill color because black is not on brand for us. Let's do, I don't know why I really gravitate towards like the lightest pink shade. It's one of my favorites. Okay, and then we're going to add in some text. So let's go text. And we're going to go to add your text. And we can go here, bring this down. And what should we do? We should do, oops, introduction. And assign our header text, which is Orpheus Pro regular. Again, that's too big, so we're going to bring that down. Oops. Here we go. There we go. There, that looks nice. Nice size, I think. I'm also going to left align it because, oh, sorry, not that. This one here. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. And now we're going to go in here and add in more text. This will be our actual copy. Body copy. Okay. And we're going to assign Sophia Pro Regular, our body copy font. And we're going to also left align that and bring that way down. Let's do, oh, that's too small. 48. Sure. Let's start with that. Okay, so I have some copy already saved here. So let's just, we're gonna, again, cooking show vibes. So we're gonna copy and paste that and go back here. Oops. Control B to bring that in. Okay. And we'll bring that out there. Okay, so I'm thinking as I see that, maybe it's a little bit too big or too big. And I also like to have a little bit more breathing room between my text. So to do that, there's this spacing button here that we can play around with the spacing between the text as well as the kerning, the spacing or the letter spacing. So I'm just going to do that just to give it a little bit of breathing room. What I would do too, what I recommend is if you are doing this type of thing and it is for social media, I would make note of the settings that you like just for your own reference so that you can keep things cohesive. You can also obviously save this as a template. That way it auto saves those settings for you so that you're kind of keeping things consistent all the way across the board. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay, that looks nice. And then I'm also going to add a, oops. So we'll put in the Instagram handle. So Spirit and Spark Design. And I'm going to actually center align that like so. And again, if we want to just put that in the center of the page, we can just do that like that. Okay, I really like how this is looking here. Okay, great. So let's call this Spirit and Spark Design. Let's call this Instagram or intro. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to actually show you how you're able to turn this into a template. So we are actually going to go back to our main area here in Adobe Express. We're going to go to your stuff. And here, just let that load. Here is going to be our Instagram story intro that we just made. And if you select the 3 dots here, you're able to go make a template, which is awesome. So you can give this template a name. So I'm just going to go intro Insta story. You can add a note there if you want. And then you choose the library that you'd like this template assigned to. So I want this to be assigned to Spirit and Spark. And I'm going to go save template. So that's going to create the template in the background for us and notify us when that is ready to go. So I am actually going to go to, again, your stuff. Here it is. It says it was saved. So let's check it out. Brands, Spirit and Spark. And the templates can be found all the way at the bottom here. So here it is. Here's the one that we just made right here. So now when I go to click in it, you can actually start a new file. It'll keep the template that you have. And you can go ahead and completely change the content, but have the same letter spacing, the same formatting as far as text and the same imagery, all of that. So it really helps make content creation so much more efficient. I just absolutely love the text feature. And this is just the primary logo that is loading in. But for instance, if we wanted to change this to, I don't know, about me, and then we went in, we could add in completely different content here, which is like just absolutely so time saving. So yeah, we like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to open up really quickly here. We'll do, I'll show you how to resize this. So if we wanted to resize this, and let's just say we wanted it to be 1080 by 1080, we would plug that in and select resize here. Now we can adjust this to fit the page a bit better. I'm just gonna delete that for now. So we could bring this up a little bit more. That's a little bit big, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little bit big. Maybe we want to bring this guy over here and this guy down a bit. Change the orientation ever so slightly, but we're still keeping kind of the same elements, the same colors, the same type. There, here, we align. We'll put that. Oh, it's already in the middle. Perfect. Like that. Okay, so let's just say that was our Instagram post. So let's go ahead and rename this to Park intro post. Perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we can go and I'm going to show you how to take this Instagram post here in your stuff. Let's see, it should load. There it is. Perfect. And we're actually going to schedule this. And again, this is like, there's a lot of my favorite features in Adobe Express, but this is up there. So the schedule feature can be found right here on the left-hand side, and you're able to actually pre-schedule your social media content to post, which is amazing because a lot of my audience is actually in a different time zone. So this is very nice. I don't have to set an alarm for 3 o'clock in the morning to post an Instagram post. It's very helpful. So to do that, all you're going to do is select the plus button here and select the channels and go to your connected social media channel there. And then you can go ahead and add your caption, which we can just make the same as our actual content there. You can add emojis to make it more fun. I am a sucker for emojis. Okay. And you can even add a first comment as well if you want. And of course you can add hashtags. So we do hashtag Adobe Live. And I love that you're able to actually preview the content as well. Well, that would help actually if we uploaded the content. So let's do that. So on the right-hand side, browse. And, oh, sorry, we're gonna see here. Oh, you know what? What I didn't do, which is fine. We'll just quickly go to home, your stuff. And we're going to go here and we're just going to quickly download that as a PNG real quick. There we go. Okay, now we can go ahead and schedule it. So again, the plus button, we're going to select not a graphic designer. We can select the upload button here, browse in my downloads here, add, and put in our caption. There we are. Okay, there we go. Now we can go ahead. We can select preview to see what that would look like with our caption there, as well as our content. Love that. Now we have the option to schedule for later, which is primarily what I use, or publish right now. So what we can do, and you can also save this as a draft. So you can go ahead, select the calendar icon here, select the date and the time that you would want that to be published. Let's go here. Okay. Oops. 10:48. This is not. Here we go. 11. And change it to 1:54 p.m. Sure. And then select schedule. And then once it's been scheduled, you'll see it right here on your calendar. It's super helpful. As you can see, I used it already on Sunday this week. I use the content scheduler all of the time. It's super fun. Anyway, okay, so we'll go back to our stuff, brands, Spirit and Spark. And here is all of the assets. So again, this template will be available to you. We're going to open up this template right now, start a new file. And then I am just going to go in and show you how simple. So there's my template I've already made. How simple it is to go in. We can change these elements here. If this were about, I don't know, what can it be about? How to create guides. We change that. We'll leave this. We can go in Adobe Express and go ahead, and then we would add in different content here. This is a how-to guide to, create content in Adobe Express. Okay, so let's just say that content is a bit smaller. Make this adjustment. We can select these two elements together and then go, we'll do middle. Just so it's in the middle like that. And maybe we're going to add a different image here. Just for fun. You can put in, I really like this image. This is actually an Adobe stock image. There we go. This one here. Okay. Actually, let's offset it here. There we go. Then we can even add more content here just for fun down here. Bring this over. Whoops. Control A. Let's left align that. And we'll grab some more copy. Here. Shorten that text back up a bit. And over here. And we can make this a little bit smaller so it fits a bit better in that space. Like that. There we go. Cool. And to resize this, again, we're going to go resize and we can do any size that we want. I also love that they have these suggestions here. So if you're not sure of what the dimensions are for an Instagram post or a reel or a TikTok video, That's all here too. So if we were to do Instagram square post and select resize, now we have the ability to go ahead, and play around with how we want this to look. Like so. Such a time saver. I absolutely love the fact that we're able to resize and we're able to use templates. Very, very helpful. Right. And if you drag this little node right here on the left-hand side, it'll actually increase the size of the text here too. Right. I'll bring this off the page just for fun. And we're going to just take that off here and a little bit bigger and bring this guy up ever so slightly. Bring this guy up so slightly. There we go. And I think it'd be fun if we did. We quickly added an icon or something on the left-hand side would be fun. Maybe the spark could be nice. I see Jack in the chat. Hi, Jack. Excited for your stream later. Perfect. There we go. And sure, maybe even a flower too. A little bit smaller. There we go. Perfect. And name this. We can go how to Insta post. Perfect. Go back to our main screen. Your stuff. And there is all of our social media that we just, or the content that we just created here. But anyway, you guys, it has been so much fun. Make sure you stick around for Annika's stream. It is coming up next at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. She's going to show you how to apply the Spirit and Spark branding as well. It's been such a fun hour with all of you. Thank you for being here. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to you soon.